Today we celebrate World Communion Sunday, the day that across the globe Christians are coming to the Lord's table. World Communion Sunday originated in the Presbyterian Church of the United States of America in 1933. The Reverend Dr. Hugh Thompson Carr conceived of an idea during his term as general moderator in 1930. The prevailing theology of the mainline church changed dramatically following World War I. Before the world, what is known as the social gospel was the primary theological direction of the Christian faith in the mainline church. Fueled by the impressive array of human accomplishments and inventions, it was believed that with good thinking and good actions, humans had the capabilities to solve the problems of the world Christ directed us to attend. But the horrors of World War I shattered the foundation of that theology. A new generation of Protestant theologians, Richard and Reinhard Niebuhr, Karl Barth, and Dietrich Bonhoeffer, urged Christians to return to a more humble assessment of our human condition. As has been said many times, God doesn't need us to be good. We need God to be good. With this new theological perspective and the instability of Europe with the rise of German nationalism threatening, Reverend Dr. Carr of Shadyside Presbyterian Church in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, saw the need for unity among Christians to promote Christ's peace in the world. The concept spread very slowly at the start. Within 3 years, the World Communion Sunday, celebrated on the first Sunday of October at Shadyside, was adopted by the entire Presbyterian denomination. Amidst the global conflict of World War II, the body that is now the National Council of Churches began to promote the event in 1940. Today, Christian churches throughout the world are celebrating communion with us. This is also the time our denomination receives the Peace and Global Witness offering, which brings the sacrament out of the sanctuary and into the world. In speaking about the practice of Holy Communion, the Apostle Paul warned the Corinthian congregation against violating the spirit of the sacrament by the injustice of the wealthy members eating all the food and drink and leaving the poor members with none. He wrote, "When you come together, it is not really to eat the Lord's Supper. For when the time comes to eat, each of you goes ahead with your own supper, and one goes hungry, and another becomes drunk. You show contempt for the church of God and humiliate those who have nothing. For all who eat and drink without discerning the body eat and drink judgment against themselves." For Paul, participating in the sacrament of the Lord's Supper demands the integrity of going out into the world and providing for those whose tables are bare. As early Christians took the remains of their meals together to the poor and sick, the Peace and Global Witness offering is a way of continuing the ancient Christian practice of sharing what we have with our brothers and sisters in need. In our Old Testament reading from Job today, it is Job's integrity that is put to the test. This is a morality tale of historical fiction, most probably written in the early post-exilic years. It reads like a courtroom drama. Today's reading gives us a brief introduction to Job, a man who was blameless and upright one who feared God and turned away from evil. Satan is not a name here, but a role. The one who plays this role is not the Satan who is the personification of evil in the New Testament. The Hebrew reads ha-Satan, meaning the Satan. A Satan was an accuser. Here, the Satan is depicted as the quality control officer in God's holy realm. After God had praised Job's righteousness and faithfulness, this Satan suggests that Job might not be so faithful if God had not blessed him with many children and great wealth. In the first chapter, God agrees to the Satan's proposition of testing Job's faith by taking away his wealth and his children. But even after this tragic loss, Job remained faithful. The Satan was not as impressed as God and proposed that Job might not pass the test if his own body were afflicted. God agrees to the second test, but with the stipulation that Job not be killed. So the Satan inflicts him with painful sores on his skin from head to toe. Job's wife witnesses his agony and demands, "Do you still persist in your integrity? Curse God and die." In essence, she was telling Job to end his own life to escape his misery. But Job does persist in his integrity, refusing to be unfaithful. He responds, "Shall we receive the good at the hand of God and not receive the bad?" We will continue reading in the book of Job for the next few weeks. Job remains faithful, but not meek. Job does not stay in that garbage heap covered in sackcloth and ashes. He rises and takes his turn to put God on trial. This story is to be continued. The theme of retaining integrity in times of suffering continues in our epistle reading in Hebrews. Unlike other epistles, Hebrews does not